I am hearing on the loudspeaker, guys, can we go with this? There is a news conference happening in Harrisburg. Let's go. Let's take it live.
56 a.m. We took a tornado touchdown in the southwest part of Harrisburg. We have traced it back to just outside of Carrier Mills, and I'm sure the Weather Service will touch on it in a few minutes, but we believe it went all the way towards Gallatin County. Most damage is here in Saline County. This morning, County Board Chairman Jay Williams, to my right here, declared an emergency for the county, which opens up some assets for us at the state and federal level. At this time, I would introduce Harrisburg Mayor Eric Gregg to brief you on the actions going on here in the city.
This morning, the city of Harrisburg had a horrific event. We have suffered the loss of lives, we've suffered many injuries, and we've suffered millions of dollars worth of damage. But first and foremost, the loss of our lives breaks my heart today. The outreach that's happened in the community the last few hours from other communities, from agencies, not only in Illinois, but across the Midwest, has been very heartfelt and appreciated. This is something that you never want to see happen in your community. We watched as it happened in Joplin last year. Several of our people from this area went there to help, and today we find ourselves in need. So again, as mayor of this community, I'm very grateful and very appreciative of all the support that we're getting from the top to the bottom. I've been on the phone with the governor's office from 6 o'clock this morning till now, and he's en route here as we speak. Many of our elected officials, Representative Brandon Phelps has driven in to be with us today, and I can't begin to tell you what this feels like as a mayor to sit here and talk about losing lives in a tornado. When the sirens were going off this morning, I walked out of my home with my family, and I looked, and it was eerily quiet, and the sirens were blaring. And I had a heart, just a gut feeling that something dreadfully was wrong. And unfortunately, those thoughts come to pass, and we have devastation in our community like we've never seen. We can deal with floods, we can deal with lots of other things, but dealing with a tornado like this is heartbreaking. We are doing everything we can to protect this community. We are going to protect those that have been hurt, have been displaced. We're going to take care of them. That is our mission. That is our task now. We are making sure that every man, woman, and child is accounted for. We are now in a search and recovery mode. I cannot begin to thank my own city staff, their work that's going to be going on not only from the time that this event happened this morning, but throughout this day and for many days to come. We will rebuild this city. We will make this city stronger. This will not stop us. It will make us stronger. The agencies have stepped up. They're going to continue to step up. And at this time, I'd like to ask Chief Bob Smith to come up and talk about the exact plans of what we're doing moving forward. We are communicating constantly on what we're going to do in this city. Chief Smith, thank you.
I'm Chief Bob Smith for the Harrisburg Police Department, and I'm going to touch on the law enforcement side of the issues that we've got at hand. Starting this evening at 6 o'clock in the evening, we will be having a curfew that will be imposed upon the affected area inside our perimeter. The curfew will last until 6 a.m. in the morning. We have the evacuation is something that Chief Summers is going to talk about here in a few minutes. I understand that it has already been completed, or at least as far as we know, completed. Again, we had 6 confirmed fatalities in the city limits of Harrisburg since the onset of this storm this morning. We have command centers that we've established. We have one incident command center that is established here at the Sheriff's Department. Then we have secondary command centers and allocation distribution centers at Rural King and at the SIC Foundation building. One is for manpower, the other is for equipment that we're storing in those areas. And as soon as they're needed in an area and it's secured, then we will be sending those assets to that location. We have been issuing at Rural King as well work permits. Those can only be obtained at the Rural King facility. Charlie Will, who is the city treasurer, is in charge of that command center down there, and he is the one that is issuing the permits. No one will be allowed to work in Harrisburg unless they bring a form of identification and the proper paperwork and show it to him, and he'll issue a work permit. These things are done not to try to hamper the recovery process, but to speed up the recovery process and also take care of our citizens here in Harrisburg. We don't want agencies coming in here promising things, taking money and not delivering. So that's the reason why that we put these work permits in place. There are no charge for the work permits. You just basically take your information down to Charlie Will at Rural King, and he will take care of it from there. We have 24/7 law enforcement protection that has been established and will be ongoing for as long as we need. That need is in Harrisburg. We've had agencies from all over the state that have volunteered manpower, and they will be here as long as we need them. That is establishing our perimeter and also some policing the outside areas of the perimeter. We have donations that we had an onslaught of calls about giving donations. At this point, we're really not sure what to do with the monetary donations or the perishable donations. We're still trying to establish that, and the ESDA director and the Harrisburg ESDA director, Rick Maldy, we're going to try to coordinate somewhere where those things can be taken to and the monetary donations collected for those in our community that were affected. We're asking that you refer all volunteer requests. I know there's a large number of people out there calling every number they can find wanting to volunteer their time, and that just shows what a great part of the state that we live in that they're doing that. We're asking that those that are going to volunteer, I've got a telephone number here for you to call, and they will put you on a list, and we'll use you as an as-needed basis when an area is secured. That telephone number is 618-252-3732. Just a few minutes ago, I talked to the Saline County State's Attorney, and he has assured me that anyone caught inside our perimeter or doing any looting or junking, which is taking the aluminum from the buildings and things, that is caught doing that will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Thank you. Chief Summers.
Good afternoon. My name's Bill Summers. I'm the Fire Chief of the City of Harrisburg. I would like to thank the surrounding towns that come to our aid a while ago. It's been a long morning, but we had rescue teams from every town in our area. They worked very hard, and we were able to rescue a lot of people. We did have some fatalities, which we couldn't control, but we did, and we're able to get a lot of people out of the houses. It's just unreal. It's like a war zone if you haven't seen that area there. And right now, as I look at the crowd, I'm seeing numerous ambulance trucks headed our way. We're getting all the help that we were promised, and I really appreciate it. To everybody that is in the area, we want to tell you that we appreciate the help that has been given to the City of Harrisburg.